Today we are going to multiply rational expressions. The directions usually say multiply and express the product in simplest form. The steps you are going to do is factor everything you can, cancel out like terms, bottom with top or top with bottom, and multiply across, numerator with numerator, denominator with denominator. The first couple examples are done for us already. Example 1. It says 18a cubed over 20b squared times 5b to the fourth over 6a. What they ended up doing is that they saw what was common first. They said 6 goes into 6 once, goes into 18 3 times. There's one a in the denominator, can cross off with one of the a's in the numerator, so you're left with a squared. For the 5 goes into 5 once, 5 goes into 20 4 times. For the b's, you have 2 b's in the denominator, can cross off with 2 of them in the numerator, but you are left with a b squared. And then you can see on the next line, they just kind of wrote what they had left, and then they multiplied across. And that's their final answer. Nothing else reduces. Now for the second example, what they are going to do is they're going to factor first. Now the a plus b and the a doesn't factor. ab doesn't factor. However, a squared plus 3a plus 2b squared does. It factors to a plus 2b and a plus b. That is difficult to factor, but it is you could figure it out if you had to. One way to kind of figure out what it would factor to is that notice you do have an a plus b in the numerator. Likely, there's going to be an a plus b in the denominator, and you can see that there is. Once they factor, they cross off what they can, a plus b with a plus b, a with a. The numerator left with b, denominator left with a plus 2b. Now what I want to do, like I did with a different lesson, is I want you to go to the next page. Just get a couple examples done together, and then we'll work on more tomorrow. So the first example, let's go to number 7. Number 7 is written like this. Now everything is factored already for us. All we have to do is really cancel. We have an r plus 2 with an r plus 2. 6 with 6. 4 goes into 4 once, goes into 20 5 times. So we are left with in the numerator an r and in the denominator a 5. Nothing else cancels, so that's our final answer there. Now 27, a little more work, but not too bad. Let's start by factoring everything we can. So the m plus 1 is just going to stay in m plus 1, does not factor. 3m minus 15, there's a GCF of a 3. When I take the 3 out, I'm left with m minus 5 times 8m minus 80, and 8's common, GCF, and you'll be left with m minus 10. And the denominator, it's a trinomial, we can factor it. Factors of 10 are 10 and 1 and 5 and 2. We need to add or subtract to a negative 9, so my only choice that'll work is 10 and 1. It's going to be a negative 10, positive 1. What helps is that I can see in the numerator I have an m minus 10 and an m plus 1 to help me cross off. M minus 10's cross off, m plus 1's cross off, and that's going to be it. So you're left with an 8 in the numerator and 3 times m minus 5 in the denominator. And square it up, we're done, and we will do more tomorrow.